Hey guys, I'm Nikki.
And I'm Bree.
We're best friends, moms, and obsessed with TV.
Check us out every Monday as we dissect motherhood, TV, pop culture, and whatever else derails the conversation.
It's like eavesdropping on your funniest, most unfiltered friends.
If your friends had a mic and no shame,
We're here for all of it, and honestly,
we're not mad about it.
hey Maddies, welcome back to Not Mad About It podcast. Today we're diving into Summer House, our favorite, and the sewer rats are back, y'all. We're talking all things the Valley. There's so much to discuss.
Boy, are they back.
So just bear with us because we're going to be jumping all over the place, but it'll be worth it, I promise. I'm very excited to get into it with my best girlfriend, Bree, my almost beautiful birthday girl. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. It's crazy what like a little bit of sun and warm weather does for the mind, body, and
Yes.
soul. I was like a new mom today. I was like playing with my kids.
So out of the norm. Like,
I was like, we're outside like every second of the day. Like, woke up, went outside, like having such a great time. Callum woke up from his nap. He's like, I'm gonna go to the beach. I was like, okay,
all right,
sounds
boss.
good. Go to the beach. Like, all right, boss. Yeah, I say to him, yes, Master Callum. He goes, yes, Master Callum.
Scary. We were outside all day today as well. It was gorgeous. Thank God John is home because with the three kids and the dog, like it's so sad to leave her at home. She sits at the window and
Yeah.
cries for us. Like if I go to walk to pick Colin up from school, she's not allowed to come. They have like a strict no dog policy.
I could see why.
I like don't.
You never know. Like,
But
you
my
can't.
dog is an angel.
I know, but some people say their dogs are, and then it's like,
Sucks for them.
you know,
Don't.
Yeah,
ev-
true.
Should be an exception, except for my perfect angel dog. But we took her out with us all day today, just walking, scootering.
oh my God, that's so nice. I know whenever it's nice out, I try to walk the dogs and like Callum and Ty in the morning,
Do you walk them every
like
day?
before nap. If it's nice out, yeah. If it's not nice, like they're going outside for
Yeah.
1 minute, Andrew
Yeah,
walks them like
perfect.
later,
As he
but
should.
yes, you know me, like they're lucky. But when it's nice out, I'm like, okay, we gotta, again, back to like, I gotta have Callum do laps, tire this
Oh
kid
my
out.
God.
So I'm like, let's walk around the neighborhood. He loves to pick
Yeah.
flowers and like flowers, like school
I
buses.
was actually
This is
thinking
great.
about you today on our walk because I know that Callum like loves to run and exercise and just
yeah.
like be outside doing things. Colin is so lazy. He is my 5-year-old that is like, I've been walking forever. And I'm like, bro, you sat and played video games this morning and watched TV. Like, get a little exercise. So I was wondering if like Callum is ever going to turn or if he's always going to be that kid who loves the great outdoors.
I don't know. It's so hard to tell. We were at the beach and he literally was doing squats and push-ups. He tells me to do crunches. Like he's like on my
Personal
ass.
trainer, social media manager, and personal trainer. Like,
So true. I know. Thank God for
and
Callum.
assistant chef.
But I don't know. Because even he says all the time that he wants to watch TV. And we're like annoying. Like we do TV on the weekends. And even when I put it on after 10 minutes, like he doesn't want to watch it
It's so
anymore. And I'm
funny.
like, dude, I want to watch
Yeah, just like mommy needs
a
a
movie.
break.
Yeah, I want to watch TV. Like I'm
But does he
ready.
play
Let's take a shower.
independently if you don't do TV? Or does he like need.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Because like my kids are not independent players. It's like,
No,
what can
he'll
we do
play.
together?
He's really
I'm
good.
like,
But they're older, Nikki. He's 2.
yeah,
He doesn't like know
that he
like
has that option
this whole
to have you
well, like,
force you to
play.
come play with him.
Well, sometimes he does ask, and like
And you
it's
say,
different,
no,
like for like
Callum, no,
coloring.
mommy can't.
Well, sometimes he's like wanted to like dig in the dirt the other
Oh my
day,
God,
and
that
I'm
was
like,
so
no,
cute.
mommy doesn't want to dig in the dirt. Like you can dig in the
Oh,
dirt,
yeah.
you
Like,
know.
you guys go. You got this.
Yeah, you got that one. But like, or he always wants me to play with like his rice, and I'm like, mommy doesn't want to play with rice.
That's like the best
You're
thing
good.
to play with. Like, if I'm playing with my kids, I need a structured activity. Love a craft, love a game.
I'll do that. Love a craft.
I
He's too
don't
young
like
for
just
games.
like playing random. Like, I could do it for a few minutes and then I'm like, all right, like
Yeah. I'll do with like the building blocks, like
puzzles.
love magnet
Love
tiles,
puzzles.
puzzles. I'm down for that stuff. But yeah, I guess like, but he'll do that stuff on his own
Yeah.
too. He is really good. He is really, but also it's because he asked me to play with him and then he gets
Because you're
annoyed
not doing it right.
because I'm not doing it right. And he has in his head like his vision. Sound
Yes.
familiar? And like
Who are you referring to? Oh.
myself, my Raven Simone.
Oh. But that's a different kind of vision. When you lock in and you
That's
see
different.
things, that's a different kind of vision.
That is a different kind of vision. But yeah, he has a vision of like whatever he's creating and I just get in the way. So I'm like, okay, so I'll just like let me know when you're done. Like he's obsessed with motorcycles right now and he'll literally just like he'll put like stack whatever big Legos together and he's like motorcycle. I'm like, wow,
Does he have
totally
little
nailed
like
it.
little action figure ones?
No, and we went to the store yesterday to get some and he picked out like a car instead. I was like, oh, we literally
Because
came
you
here
could
for
build
motorcycles.
garages with your magnetiles for them.
Oh my God,
Like
good
little
idea.
cute, and he can like put them in and like even stack them up and make them long.
I know, I have to get some. So that's why he wanted to go to the beach because every time we go there, we see motorcycles. And it's basically, he's just like, they're like celebrities. Like we
Like the
like
garbage men.
say
Yeah.
hi. Yeah, like the garbage. We say hi, we talk to them. He like likes to like inspect them a little bit. So
He asked them what
he's
year
very
model it
excited.
is.
We saw a blue one and a yellow one today. So big day for
Wow, that's
motorcycles. Oh my God.
so exciting.
But I saw, like, just enough about my child for a second. I saw before we logged in to record some really exciting, like, new TV development news. But then I was thinking, like, I actually don't even know if it would be fun to share this information with Nikki because you've probably never seen this
No.
movie. Because any iconic movie that exists, you haven't seen. And for someone that loves TV, it's so crazy to
It's
me.
okay, so one, it's different than TV. Movies are different. Like I like
But, like, you and John don't, like, watch
not really. No,
movies?
we like never really have. No. Or if we
What?
do, I
I feel
fall
like,
asleep within like the first 30 minutes. Like I'm not
okay,
a
yeah.
I'm not a movie person. And I
Wow,
also
love
didn't
a
have
good movie.
cable, believe it or not, until like way
Mm,
later.
that's
I know.
crazy.
I remember I used
Your mom's like
no, I used to go to
your mom just watched.
not really, no. I used to go to my friend Caitlin's house when I was little, and that was where I was introduced to TV. And it was like Rugrats and all that Nickelodeon, all the Nickelodeon show, and I was like,
Hey
I gotta go
Arnold,
back to Caitlin's house.
I gotta
But I
get my
did miss a
fix.
big chunk. Not that that has anything to do with me not watching The Matrix when I'm in third grade, but yeah, I've like never seen any of these movies. Pulp Fiction.
Okay, so I have to ask you this because this is what the TV
Okay.
news is about. And if you haven't seen this movie, I'm actually going to be upset,
I was so
Nikki.
scared.
And so will the
Okay.
Maddies because it's just like a part of our culture. Have you seen Clueless,
Okay.
Nikki? Nikki, I actually have to rethink this. Like, I'm looking for a new host, you guys. If you know
No,
anyone that's
our
seen,
friend Jen is gonna be so mad, Jen, when she hears this. Because that's like her
why is that her
favorite,
favorite
one of her
movie?
favorite movies.
So she'll be excited about
Okay,
this
great.
news.
So we don't have to
Well,
talk about whether I've
let me
seen
see
it
the
or
news
not.
first. Yeah, let me just say the news and then we'll talk about all the movies you haven't seen because I have a list I need to run through with you. Okay, so I just saw somebody posted that apparently Peacock is developing Clueless like into a TV show and Cher is like reprising her role, Alicia Silverstone. Like she's gonna play
And are they
Cher
gonna? Is
again.
it gonna be like kids? Like now it'll be like the new wave of the Clueless characters.
Like I hope
I mean, that would be like
so.
a logical, right? Like what?
Yeah, that would be logical. Like she's the mom and like she like you haven't seen the movie, but she like gets with her
Yeah,
stepbrother.
that I knew.
Maybe they're
I just
together.
know like that, and I also know like the plaid skirt. That's about yeah.
What? That's
That's
about it? Okay, so you have not seen a minute of it?
no.
Okay, you need to watch it.
Okay.
You need to watch it. Okay, like start a list. You need to watch Clueless. You need to watch Starship
Okay.
Troopers.
I apologize for my husband
Another
hacking his lungs up upstairs. If you guys could hear that.
couldn't
Okay,
even hear.
I can.
You're like, okay, well, I'm upset about it.
Triggered.
And on Denise Richards, you haven't seen Starship Troopers. Have you seen Drop
Never
Dead
heard of it.
Gorgeous? Add it to the list. It's one of the best movies of
Never have heard of
all
it.
time.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Never seen it. Is that one that? That's. I
That's
feel like
like
that's like a classic.
that's a classic, but it's like that's okay if you haven't
Okay.
seen
Have
that
you
one.
seen Drop
It's
Dead
like kind of
Fred?
depressing. No.
Brie.
What's Drop Dead Fred?
Like a classic. Like I've seen like 5 movies growing up that I've like always just
Yeah.
repeated. Drop Dead Fred is one of them. My favorite movie as a kid. It's about this girl who has a imaginary friend, and then her mom is just a monster. And his name is Fred.
That.
And eventually the mom makes Fred have to go away, and then now she's an adult and she reconnects with Fred, and he like causes
Oh
all
wow.
this mischief, and like only she could see him. So there's like mischief
Yeah.
happening, but like nobody else knows that it's Fred causing it.
They think it's
Oh my
her.
God, Brie. That is a classic one.
Who's in it? Anybody
Oh
like
gosh, I don't
famous?
know.
Oh boy.
I don't know, but it's
Okay, I'm
so
gonna have to watch
good.
that. Wait, what else was on your
Edward
rotation?
Scissorhands,
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's
Wayne's
good news.
World, Nutty Professor,
Great news. Okay,
like
perfect.
that. Yeah,
Okay, you
that's
got
about
some
it.
in
Like
there.
Beetlejuice.
Oh my God. What
Yeah.
a movie. Okay, so I feel better about
Okay,
that
just
now.
like
Like,
not
you can stay.
okay. Yeah. So like I want to say like my teenage years wasn't much movie watching. It was more like Teen Mom, Real World, like very reality
Wow.
focused. So I missed a big portion of movies. So
That's okay, because you still have like
drop
one
a
half of the
comment,
important
guys.
stuff.
Tell me what I need to watch. I would love a movie list because
Okay, I'll send you
okay,
one. I'll
great.
drop a comment.
I'm glad to see it.
I'm excited. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about that I didn't send you because I knew you wouldn't look at my DM is Paige did this big
I'm hard to
spread
get in touch with,
in
guys.
Glamour. She's busy. Paige did this big spread in Glamour magazine. Did you see this? Oh my God, she did like so many gorgeous like photo shoot,
Just Paige.
interview, just Paige. And actually, that just reminded me that I wanted to say was that the thing about like we're just like really all over the place. We haven't even started about TV and we're already like, well, I guess I'm already all over the
That's
place,
okay.
but
It's the beauty of us.
obviously Giggly Squad is having like a huge moment right now. They just released their book. Like they're everywhere. They're like promo out the ass. But what I wanted to say is like besides Giggly Squad, Paige is so successful by herself and she does so many things and so is
Yeah.
Hannah. And I
And
was
very
thinking like
different realms of things. Like they have their thing
so
together
different.
that's killing it. And then Paige
Yes.
has her fashion stuff, and obviously Hannah doesn't. She has her comedy.
Yikes. She could use some
Yeah,
fashion
it's
help
so
from Paige.
ironic, but wow, that's awesome. Does she get paid for
What I
that?
was gonna say for the
Yeah, I wonder.
glamour,
Or is it just like great exposure?
it's probably great exposure because it's like a big magazine, you know? And it was a good interview for her. She was basically saying how like when she's talking on Summer House about like breaking up with Craig and like going through the emotions of like ending this relationship and basically saying like she's choosing herself and her career. She knew that she was going to get so much backlash from that and she didn't realize by like living through that on TV that she was like speaking for like this whole generation of women that feel the same way as her that like they want to put their career first, they want to have kids later in life. And like, how come if a man said that like they want to wait a couple years to settle down because they want to focus on their career, they get like a round of
Right.
applause. And when a woman says it, it's like they're wasting time. Like they get the complete opposite. Like it just, it's like such a double standard. And she's like proud of herself for choosing herself,
She should
basically.
be
And I just think like
because
her parents are probably so
so many
proud.
things. One, because it would have been so easy to just stay. You know, you're in a relationship for so long. You don't want to
Yeah.
cause waves. You're in the media. It's like going to be, you know, it's going to be a huge thing. And also, you care about this person. You
Story.
don't want to hurt them. But it's also 2025. You could freeze your eggs. Like, there is no
True.
pressure now to have children at such a young age. And I think that's where, like,
No.
Craig's being from the South, it's like a little different there. I feel like even look at Brittany and Jax from the Valley. Like
Yeah.
in Kentucky, she was the last one to have kids and she was like 30. Like people just have
Yeah,
kids
that's
so
crazy.
young in different places. It's just different values and culture in different places. So really good for her for
Oh my God. I remember when I was in high school, I thought like if I didn't have my own apartment when I was
oh my
like
God.
18, that I was like failing
I
at
was like,
life.
I'm for sure gonna have like 5 kids by the time I'm 25. Can you imagine?
Yeah, definitely.
Like
No. I
with the
mean,
person we were
how old
with
were
at
you
that
when you had
time?
five?
Like, wow.
Well, I was with
Oh,
Andrew.
thank God.
Thank God. I would have. I totally would have. No, it would have been bad timing, but
Yeah.
um
Wouldn't have been ideal.
yeah, It wouldn't have been ideal. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a good article. Like, so happy for them. And I was thinking, like, the partnership that Paige wants in a man is what she has with
Yeah.
Hannah.
That's so funny.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, both doing their own thing, both supporting each other in their success, but also building something together. Like, that's what she wants in a relationship. And, like, she does kind of
Great.
have that.
You just blew my mind. Wow, wow, you're so
So, like,
right.
that's why she's
Yeah.
fulfilled. That's why she doesn't, like, feel like she needs a man because, like, she has.
A partner.
Like she's not
Right.
missing anything. She has a partner. Yeah, exactly. So like happy for Paige and Hannah. You go
Go
girls.
girls. Did you see them on Fallon?
Yeah. I just saw
Just like crazy.
clips.
They're just all over the place. It's
So
awesome.
crazy.
Like they are
I
killing
know it
it.
is awesome. They are killing it. It's funny that like people don't even know like people that love Hannah like don't even know her from Summer
Yeah.
House. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
The power of social media.
Yeah. I mean, she was on it at a good time and just, I think, right? That was like when she was starting her comedy.
She started it like right
Oh,
after. Like
wow.
I remember she like it was like during COVID was like her last season, that whole drama, and she like started her podcast and then I think started doing stand up like after that.
Yeah. So she rode that wave like at the perfect time. It wasn't like she became like irrelevant. You know, she was like
So true.
still popular from the show. People did know her, and now people just know her
For
for her
her
comedy
comedy.
and for Giggly Squad, which is so funny
Yeah,
that that all happened at the Summer House table with Kyle Cook calling them like the
I
Giggly
know.
Squad.
I know. I wonder he's like definitely
Oh my
kicking
God.
himself
He's like, I
for
need
for be
10%.
I was gonna say I feel like he's probably kicking himself for being on bad terms with Hannah, now seeing how everything turned out, like for her
Yeah.
success. And it's like so like opposite, so
Yeah.
spread apart.
Yikes.
Anyway, speaking of Paige, Ariana Madix,
Yeah.
like we saw a clip that she was saying she wants to see Paige on Love Island. Do you think she was saying like as a contestant?
I don't know. I took it as host.
Oh, interesting.
I
I
didn't for a
took it
second
as
think
like,
as a contestant.
yeah, there's no way.
She
I
would,
took it as like maybe come in for like an episode to
uh
like,
huh,
sometimes they like bring people in to
yeah,
just like,
do
I don't know,
nothing. Yeah.
a celeb spot, do something.
I think she would
I
be a
didn't take it
great
as
host too, actually. I know we said Ciara, but like Paige is, not that Ciara isn't funny, but like Paige is very
Yeah,
funny and so relevant right now. I feel like,
and so quick. She's
yeah, she is
busy.
busy.
And she says in this Glamour magazine she has like a secret fashion line that like she's been working on,
Killing it.
which makes so much
Right.
sense. Like of course she does. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I could see her having her own like Zara.
totally.
Like the vibe where it's like everybody can afford
Mm-hmm.
it. It's like not, I don't know, is that considered fast fashion? You know that
Yeah.
term?
I don't know, but it's like, I guess kind of like, but like luxury looking for an
Yeah,
affordable
exactly.
price. Yeah.
For sure. I could see her having like her own something like that. Another thing that we want to discuss, obviously the space expedition, like can't even open your phone without seeing anything about it. So everybody knows like
The
Katy
girls went to
Perry, Gail
space.
King, the girlies went to space and are being like really annoying about it, but also like we're being like the consumers are being annoying about it. Don't you feel?
I think that they were more annoying than we're being about it, but yeah.
Yeah, like we're not letting it go, like that they did this and like they started this
Well,
whole thing. I don't get why it had to be so like publicized that they were just going to space for like a quick trip.
because it's like the message that like women, I don't
Oh
know. It's
God.
like really that's what we're spending money on for
To do
for you
what?
guys to fucking go twirl a daisy up in the air. Like
Wait, no, Katy Perry releasing the track list to her tour that no one's buying tickets to, like
it's just
yikes.
so out of touch. I just saw this
Yeah.
clip. I think I don't know if I sent it to you or not, or to my mom, but it was like this, like a cartoon of this couple being like, "Well, you know, if I pick up a few extra shifts and we switch the cheaper diapers, like we might be able to get by." And then it's like the girls like up in space being like, "We're so rich." Like it's like, thanks for reminding.
So
Like
true.
just like so out of touch.
So out of touch. So dramatic. Did you see that? People are saying it's like a
I
conspiracy
did.
theory and they
I
didn't
did
go
because of the door.
because of the door. I think they went. But I think that like they wanted with the door, they wanted to like have this moment, and they like the girls were ruining it. They wanted to like get off of
Yeah,
there.
but people are saying that because of the way the door opened, that it's not possible that it could have gone into space because,
Oh,
like,
really?
I don't know. Some people were saying that a door like that wouldn't open from the inside because it's pressurized and,
Hmm.
like, I don't know, like, you shouldn't be able to open the door from the inside. I don't know. I just think it's so dumb, and it's like, I've had enough of Katy Perry on talking about
Always. I've had
love
enough.
and just like it's so out of touch. And like they want to just like make a moment about, well, if a man went into space, would they call it a, I forget what Gail King said. People are calling it like a trip or something. It's like, well, a man, they would
Yeah.
call it a journey. It's like,
Oh
come
God.
on. I don't, if five dudes went up there, I would be like, you're fucking dumb too. Like, it's not because
If
it's,
five dudes went out there, they wouldn't be like doing interviews and like going in magazines and like posing for photo shoots like about how they're going up to space for 10 minutes. Like we just like wouldn't
also
know.
literally so crazy. Like, who would do that?
You could
A
die.
100%.
Like, Kitty, you have like a little like is it worth the risk like to just like
Like
you're not like
super
walking on the
risky, yeah.
moon. Yeah, so crazy. I saw another meme that it was like, I don't even know if it was a meme or a tweet, but it was like, how do you think those two astronauts that were stuck in space for 9 months feel that when Katy Perry went up there for 10 minutes and came down and kissed the floor?
With her perfectly curled hair, and this poor woman astronaut that was up there came back looking about 35 years older, like disheveled. Like
Seriously.
this poor woman, yeah.
Also, like, the outfits they were wearing, they're like mock spacesuits. Like, that was just for like shits and giggles. Like, they had no helmets. Like, they were
Right.
just wearing like a uniform and like full glam just to like, and there wasn't like an astronaut on
Is
board.
that true?
Like, I'm pretty sure.
They were
Like,
the
I think there was maybe
astronauts.
like a
That's like
scientist,
another
but like,
annoying
what
thing.
if,
Please don't call yourself an astronaut. Please.
but like, what if something went wrong and they're just like floating around in there? And also, I saw that like it was being controlled, like basically just by like a
I don't
remote.
know
It's
so
so
much
weird.
of like the logistics of it. I just think it's so
Yeah,
dumb and super out of touch. And I am seeing
yeah,
like really funny memes and like people doing really funny videos. Like somebody was like, "Oh yeah,
yeah.
Katy Perry's looking at a camera twirling around a daisy." Like, how about you look out the window? Like,
Nikki, so
like
true. I didn't
yeah,
even think
like
about that.
probably like a better view if you looked out the window. You're in
Wow.
space for
Oh my
11
God.
minutes.
No, it's so bad. Well, that could go with the conspiracy that they weren't. There's nothing to look at.
Well, also they did you hear the scream when they came down? I don't know if that was real or not. But like when they were
No,
dropping and the parachutes went up, it was just like all the girls screaming.
I could imagine. I
Oh
mean,
my
that is
God.
scary.
Like, you know that feeling when your like stomach hits your ass? Yeah.
Yeah, I hate
Did you
that.
ever go in free
I
fall in
hate
Six
that.
Flags?
Of course. Why? I don't
No,
know.
the worst.
God.
Like you literally stand at the top like this and then the floor just drops out from under you.
That reminds me of that one water slide at what's that water park?
Splish Splash?
Among is it Splish Splash? It sounded like too kiddie for it to be Splish Splash,
In New
but where it's
York?
like literally just this yeah, the slide that's just
Yeah.
straight down where it's like you have to lean back or you're like you could
Yeah, and then your
die.
bathing suit bottom is so far up your ass. It's like
Yeah, and you come off and everyone's just like looking
picking
at
it
you.
out.
And you're like with your parents. You're like, okay, let's
Dad,
go to the
don't
next
look.
one. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Bye. It's
I'm
so
ready to go
awkward.
home.
I wanted to remind you, Vanderpump
Oh,
Villa airs next week, but the whole season's dropping on Hulu.
oh, that's nice.
So we can like figure out, I guess, how we
Yeah.
want to
How many, do you know how many
go
episodes?
about that. 10.
Oh, that's a nice amount.
Yeah, that is a good amount.
I'll
I'll
take
take
it.
it. And like,
Can't wait to see
I
Stassi.
kind of want to like the day that it comes out, maybe not watch it, see what the chatter is online, and then see
How
like
far
how
we have to
to
go.
how far like yeah, you know what I mean? Like see if it's like people are like, "Oh my God, this is incredible TV," or if they're like it's a little cheesy. Cuz it could go either way, I think.
Yeah. I also did not, that's like Southern Hospitality. Like the Southern
Yeah,
Charm spinoff. Could not get into it. Like just,
me either. But some people really love it.
I know, but
I know, I couldn't get into it. Also like that we watch so many shows.
yeah.
Like how big is our plate? Because I have like shows like you have shows you watch with John. I have shows that I watch with
Oh,
Andy.
wait.
Like we have a lot
I
to
wanted to
cover.
ask you Severance. You watched it? Okay,
Of
it's
course.
only on Apple TV.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
only on Apple TV.
Because
It's a very slow moving show.
Okay. I wanted to start it last night, but I like couldn't get all. I had to sign up for Apple TV. I'm like, I can't do that all right now. But I
Yeah. And you have to pay
okay.
attention.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that.
It's like me writing
Well,
notes for these
certain,
shows now, like I'm
I
going for my
know.
doctorate. Like
I mean, we are kind of.
we are
This is
experts.
our
Yes.
application. Yeah. We're
I
experts.
did start The Pit last night and I'm loving it so far. That guy's
Oh
such
my
a
God, Sarah
hottie.
said she started it too. He is a
Love.
hottie, right?
Yes. It took me a minute to get into the acting, so I was like, okay, this is like a little corny.
No, I thought the acting was like
And the blonde
incredible.
girl,
Like very
like the
serious.
blonde girl, she's like the head of like the desk area.
Oh, her
Yeah, she
accent.
like kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Yeah.
It's a little much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she's the exception, but I also think she's like a beloved character for something. Andrew and I were watching an episode of Seinfeld, of course, which another thing you've never seen. And she was in an episode. I was like, whoa, I
Wow,
know
that's
her.
weird.
Because this is like
So she's been
20
around the
or 30
block.
years ago. Well, everybody's been in an
Yeah.
episode of Seinfeld. Like Jennifer Coolidge, like Terry Hatcher from freaking Desperate Housewives, like Olivia Benson, like
I don't know who any of those
everybody has
people
been in.
are.
You don't know who Olivia Benson? Well, that's not her real name.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Hargitay?
Wait, what show is that from?
Oof. SVU.
Oh, okay. Do you know who I thought that you were talking about? When you were talking about the
Olivia
girl
Wilde.
from the OC. What's her name?
Olivia
No,
Wilde.
no. The other one with an M.
Oh, Marissa Cooper?
Is that her name?
Mishka?
Mishka.
Mishka Barton?
Mishka.
Wait,
Mishka. Mickey Mouse.
Wait, what's her name? Misha.
Tell me you're a mom. Mishka Barton. Mishka
Oh my God,
Barton.
Callum like is so not into Mickey Mouse.
Oh, my kid's, but like, Colin's a little old for it and he still likes it.
He's obsessed with Stinky and Dirty, this show on Amazon.
Sounds like my kids would love it.
Oh yeah, it's like a dump truck and a garbage truck, or like an excavator and a garbage truck, and they just like they're gallivanting around like solving problems.
Cute.
And he like sings the theme song and he says like he's dirty, Ty's stinky, like
Tracks.
Jax. He's not wrong.
Okay, wait,
Yeah,
I did just
it
want to
is cute.
share. I don't know if you had anything else on your agenda, but just before we dive into our show, I wanted to just quickly touch on some points. I didn't finish the whole episode of Call Her Daddy with Khloe Kardashian, but there was a few
okay, that's
tidbits that
okay.
I thought were just like so interesting. The first thing that I had noted was that she was talking about like what's in her bedside table, and she was talking about how people would be surprised that she has weed pens in there because she's not a recreational smoker. Like she doesn't like to smoke weed, but she needs to hit the pen before bed because it helps her go to bed. And she goes like,
That is
she goes, I
surprising.
need to just like hit it and like be in my bed, and I don't like the way it feels, so it makes me want to go to sleep. She goes like, I could never smoke and then have a conversation with you. Like, I was like,
I mean,
I
relatable.
feel I could understand that. Yeah.
I can understand
It was
that
like
too,
so funny
for
because I was like
sure.
so surprised because I could see her even being a smoker or not. Like, but that's such like a
Yeah,
weird.
it could go.
I don't like the way it feels, so I do it so I could just go to bed.
She just like hits the bed and just like,
Oh God, I want to get out of here. Also, something so fucked up. She said Alex Cooper was doing like a true or false thing with her. Like, did this really happen or is it like a rumor? And it was, did your therapist leak things from your therapy sessions? Did you hear that? And she's,
I know that
yeah, and
that's
she
true,
said
right?
yes, that it was when she was in couples therapy with Lamar, her therapist released things. And then her doctor, when she was going through IVF with Lamar, she doesn't know if it was the doctor or
Yeah.
the nurse, but somebody released her IVF records to the press.
Wait, have they been
No.
arrested? Both
She was like,
those
so
people?
that's a HIPAA violation. And
Wait, no, that's
yeah.
illegal.
So she said, like, Alex was like, well, why didn't you sue? And she was like, because, like, what does that do to serve me? You know, it's like, I know what you
Guess.
did, and I know you're a scumbag, and karma, you know,
Yeah,
she's
you
like,
have to live
very
with
much
it.
like, you'll get yours. Like, that doesn't do anything for my peace
God,
and for me.
the amount of crap this woman has been through.
She-
Seriously?
I know people are
She's so
super
strong.
hard on the Kardashians, and there is annoying things about them for sure, and they're definitely not all my favorite. Actually, like none of them really are.
Yeah.
You know, we like love Kylie.
We love Kylie, obviously.
and Khloe because she is just,
Yeah.
and I think they're, Kylie and Khloe are also very similar. They're just like very spiritual,
Real.
very real, very
Yeah,
down to earth as like much money as they have. Like,
exactly. They're like no bullshit kind of
yeah.
people.
And they're just like, she says like
I
she
know.
prays every day. Like she wakes up and she does like her Bible
That's
app.
sweet.
Like she has to pray to like center herself. Like I feel like she just is
Wow.
so peaceful. And she said like she hasn't left her house in forever. Like she just like stays home now. But she,
I mean, it's like probably scary for her to leave her house because she leaves her house. It's an
oh yeah,
article. People are making fun of the way she looks, like
can't like,
rumors. Like I
of
don't
all
blame her.
people, I feel like Khloe is like the most genuine one, and she's the one who can't catch a break.
I know.
Like
It's
people
so
are
fucked up.
always after the way she looks or about her
I know.
relationships.
Yeah.
But just one more thing that I only got up to, but it reminded me of Lexi. She said that she used to have, like, she, with her exes, they would bring her to a point where she would be like crazy because everybody was always cheating on her. She's like, I've had trackers on my ex's cars.
Oh
So
wow.
it was like, she's like, don't push me to that point where I have to do
Yeah.
that. And it's like the same thing that Lexi was saying. Like,
And then blame me for
right.
being crazy.
I
Yeah.
mean, and we'll get into it when we get into the episode, but these fucking
I
men,
can't wait. I know.
infuriating.
Losers. Yeah.
Infuriating.
It's bad. It's bad.
Well, was there anything
Okay,
else you
should we
wanted to
just like
discuss?
I want to discuss
Okay,
TV.
well, let's get into it.
I need to talk
We've
about
weaved it in enough. Let's just
yeah, like
dive
we're
in.
good. I was like gonna cut half that out
No,
because we're here for the
you
TV.
guys,
No, no, no,
you
I'm just
guys
kidding. I
love
won't.
us.
I won't.
As my hair just slowly starts to fall, like
No, like my one eye is like
the
starting
chins
to
are coming
droop and
out.
like the
And if you see me wiping my mustache,
Nikki, the only people seeing you are, we say this every time, my
my
mom
mom and my friend Katie.
and your friend Katie.
Love you.
Thanks for the views. But we have to get into the valley. I don't know if we've ever seen a first episode of TV where it's just like there's no build up, there's no lead up. Like when the episode, again, like we're gonna talk about this episode. If you haven't like watched it, like just please watch it. Even if you don't watch reality TV, it's just so crazy that these are real people and this is how they're like going about
And
their
it's
life. But
what's crazy is it's so different from Summer House. I watched them like
oh, so
Summer
different.
House today, The Valley yesterday, and I'm like, I had to look up their ages too because The Valley,
Yeah,
they just seem so much older. They
they
are.
are.
So I was like, okay, then that
Yeah.
tracks. Like,
Yeah, they are like
yeah,
so much older, which is also like kind of sad.
yeah, pretty pathetic.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
guys, come on. But when the episode started, like flashing to all those scenes of Jax, I thought there was like a montage of like is to come for the season. And then it said 7 days before. I was like, wait, that's just what we're going to see of Jax in like these two episodes? I mean, we only got one episode, but he's been alluding to the first two episodes. I'm like, that's just what we're going to see in the first 7 days of them filming this show? What? How is that possible?
Like we said, the
It was
sewer
so
rats are out.
crazy. The sewer rats are out. Like, and the thing about this show, The Valley, is that you're not really rooting for
Right.
anybody. Like, there's nobody that you're like, come on, like, you can do it. Like, I love you. Like, you have my support. Like, even if you made mistakes, like, except for Brittany. Like, she's the
Yeah.
only one that, like, she has our heart. But other than her, everyone else, it's such a train wreck, which almost makes it like you're so removed from them as people when you watch it, as opposed to like when you
Right.
watch Summer House. It's so, like, I'm smiling. It's so enjoyable. Even when there's drama, it's like a feel good show to
Right.
me. Like, I'm going to leave that show, like, happy, laughing. And then when I watch The Valley, I'm just like,
Like
whoa, whoa,
it's like
whoa.
toxic.
dark.
Yeah, it's like
It
really
is so
toxic. Yeah.
toxic.
Like these people
Oh my
have
God.
genuine hate for each other. And a lot of it is because they are in relationships and marriages and like
Yeah.
it's really bad. They
It's very
hate
messy.
each other.
Before we get into the drama, did you notice that the confessionals were like blurry?
No.
Oh my God. Every time like they were doing a confessional, like, you know, they
Yeah.
sit on those couches. It was almost like it was in like portrait mode where it's like just the person talking was in focus and everything else was blurry. I was like, is this my TV? Like
Oh, I
what?
don't know.
But it was every
I didn't
single one.
notice it.
It was so distracting. I was like, can we just like have a
Oh
normal
my god, that's
confessional,
weird.
please?
Well,
Yeah, it was
look
weird.
next time.
Okay, so should we start with like the Brittany, Jax, Julian
yeah.
abuse of it
Yeah.
all?
So trigger warning for
Yeah.
like definitely some sort of domestic
Domestic
violence
violence.
abuse.
They're like kind of beating around the bush.
Yeah, like I don't think he laid hands on her, but she is terrified of him. And in the previews, we hear her saying like, "You're dangerous. You need to go and get help.
Yeah.
I cannot be around you alone." Like she's genuinely scared of him.
And he did say like he was throwing stuff, and
It
she
hit
said
her,
he threw a table.
and it hit her.
So it's like, what the fuck? And it hit her. The craziest part was that, so Brittany and Jax like get into this fight where like he was looking on the iPad and she was like, while they're
Had an
separated,
agreement. They could see other people.
had agreement they can see other. This is the first time ever in their relationship that Brittany has ever been with somebody else. Okay, so that's already like Jax can't handle that no matter who it is. Now he's saying this guy's like his
Right.
best friend,
So
loser.
seriously, it could have been a hobo on the street, and he would have had a problem with it. Like
He would have had a problem with
he's
it.
just
But when
grasping
Jax,
onto something that he can now turn and spin against her. So he is the good guy, or not.
exactly, that's what
at
they said
fault.
on the after show, where Janet and Zach both said that like Jax is always the villain. Everything he does, like he's the bad guy. So like the one time Brittany does like she didn't even do anything
No.
wrong, but to him, he can now like twist this and try to turn everybody against her. Like
Which isn't going to work.
we were gonna work on our marriage. Like she was gonna move back into my house. When he said that, oh, she's gonna move back into
Yeah, so
your
Brittany and
house.
Jax have, at this point, I think Cruz just turned 4 in real life, so he's probably like 3 at this
Oh
time.
wow, 3.
Just came
I didn't
out
realize
that
he was
he was
that old.
diagnosed with autism.
And he's like he's like mostly nonverbal.
So Jax stays in their house, and Brittany and their son gets an Airbnb, and then he also has the nerve to say, I walk by my son's room and he's not here. Well, why isn't he there? Why the fuck are you
Yeah.
staying in the house? There's going to be a lot of
Like
profanity coming from me because I am just like so disgusted with these human beings.
but he always says like my son, my wife, my house. He's so like what's that word? Like not even dominant, like egotistical, like maniac, like
Narcissist,
it's his world.
self-centered. Yeah.
Narcissist, self-centered, like, and he's always been this way, but now like to still be that way at like 45 years old, like Brittany kept reiterating, is so sad. And I feel like because he came out about his like drug use, like abusing cocaine, he's using that as an excuse for his
100%.
behavior. And he keeps using that as a way to like take accountability. Like he'll say, yeah, I did some fucked up stuff. Yeah, I shouldn't have reacted that way. But, I was like abusing drugs. It's like, that's not an
Right. It's
excuse.
still not acceptable.
To like, for any of your actions, like honestly, for the last 10
But
years.
he has the nerve to say, show me any man who wouldn't react like
my
that. And I'm like, literally every man on the cast that you've spoken to said that that was completely unacceptable and they never would have acted like that. So there
Why
they
is
all
anybody
are.
friends with him?
I really don't know.
And why is he still able to like be on this show and like get paid from this show and like that's his
Right.
income? Like how is that allowed? And also I was thinking like he came out with his drug addiction on that guy's podcast, like Hot Mike, where those clips are coming out. So he's a producer like on VPR, like I'm pretty sure the Valley. Why is he giving Jax a platform? And then he was Jax's first guest on Jax's new podcast, that producer. Why is this guy like enabling him almost? Like, why are we giving him the floor? Like, we don't want to hear his story. No
Right.
offense. Like, because we see you and we know you and like we could tell. You say
Check
like,
back in 6 months when you've been sober for 6 months and really put in the work. Like you're admitting you have a
well,
problem. That's great. That's step 1. But that doesn't negate any of your
that's not
poor
the word.
behavior. Like poor is like even a nice way to say it.
Yeah. And he was like fishing for something on that iPad. And then when he said like talking to Jesse, like, oh, thank God, like Cruz was in the other room when he was like literally throwing
Right.
things at.
Oh, he didn't see anything.
Brittany.
He has ears. He can hear.
No, it's actually
Right.
worse that he's just hearing the scene and he doesn't know if his mom is like okay, and he can't even really like speak
Right.
for
Who
himself
knows
to, like,
how
get
he's processing
answers.
it, what he's experiencing in his mind and his body when he's hearing that. Like,
But you know what? When Brittany goes to file for
yeah,
custody, she
I
has
was
this
thinking
to
that.
show the
Yeah.
court, and he will like she's gonna get whatever
Like
she
literally,
wants.
it would be appropriate for him to start with supervised visits. Like, it's that bad.
I feel like where this
Yeah.
is going. Like I feel like they showed previews and Kristen's like, you can't see your son without somebody else being present. Like, how is this not rock bottom
But
for
that's
you?
what everybody is saying. Like,
Ugh.
at a certain point, you just have to say, I'm so wrong. There are no buts. But I did drugs,
He
but
could never
any
say that.
nothing. But Brittany did this, nothing. There are no buts.
Do we know anything like about his family? Like I know his
He,
dad passed away and they seem to be close, but like
remember, he wasn't speaking to
I
his
feel
mom.
that's what I was
She
gonna
didn't
say.
come
Like
to
I
their
feel like he has
wedding.
a mom and a sister and like he doesn't talk to
Yeah.
either of
I
them.
know. I don't think his mom went to the wedding. I don't think his sister went to the wedding. He was
Because
close
it's
with
like
his sister at one point.
yeah. But like how did Jax end up to become Jax? Because it's really like the way he behaves is like they're going to be using him as an example as like narcissism in like
Like, not
colleges.
even to be funny, like calling him a narcissist. Like, he is textbook definition. Like, I think he really has
Yeah,
something wrong in his brain. And I think he was
there's
hot
something
when he
wrong.
was younger. So he got a lot of
Mm,
attention. His ego was so inflated.
yeah.
And he thought he was the
He got
shit.
away with
Yeah.
whatever he wanted. Yeah. It's really bad. It's really scary.
What about the rival party? So Brittany decided she
Oh
wanted to throw a
gosh.
white party, and Jax, of
I
course,
can't.
wasn't invited. And he threw a pathetic, mind you, rival party at Jax's
His
studio.
rival party should have been an
Yeah, I
intervention.
mean, it basically was when Tom Schwartz sat him down and was like, dude, like, this is really bad. Like,
I know, but he doesn't like do a good job of like articulating anything. So he's just like, you know, he's like scratching his neck, like looking at the floor, and he's
like, I
like,
don't know, man.
uh,
But
yeah, I didn't know you could be this way. It's like you didn't know that Jax could be a complete psycho egomaniac and capable of something like disgusting like this. Really? Nobody knew this? Like, we're
if
surprised.
I, which I never would, get caught or do anything like that, the way I would be doing nothing but apologizing.
He's
Like,
doing the
I would
opposite.
be on an apology tour. Like, whatever you want, I'll do. Like, to Brittany, for her.
But instead, he's doubling
Yeah.
down and he's excusing his
Making
actions
excuses,
and
yep.
like saying that like the way he behaved was normal. Um, what do you think of like the drama with like Kristen, Janet, and Zach?
Okay. So, what was the issue from last season? Oh, well,
Okay,
the
so
issue
what
was
I
with Zach,
think
correct?
the
And
issues with Zach, like
Zach
Zach
and
was like
Janet.
really heated. Yeah, Zach and Janet, like Zach was like really heated at Janet, like really mad at her. And Michelle was like explaining to him, like, listen, like she's like about to have
And
a
he said he didn't
baby.
care whether the baby goes to full term or she
Well, she was
miscarried.
like, she's about to have a baby. Like, if you get somebody that's like that pregnant, like
Worked up.
Zach like wanted to just like get go in on her like on this fight. That was like probably like about nothing important. And Michelle was saying like, listen, like is it worth to stress her out like when she's so pregnant? Like anxiety when you're that pregnant can cause harm to your baby. And he was like, I don't care. He didn't say like I want her to have a miscarriage. He was just saying like basically this is my interpretation. I don't care that she's pregnant. I still have an issue with her that I want to talk to her about. But also like he's young, like he's
And
young
then
and dumb.
Janet went on the podcast saying that Kristen and Zach, who's Kristen's husband or fiance, didn't want her to go full term with her pregnancy. Which Kristen is like, I never said that, and that's so disgusting because Kristen was also struggling with fertility at the time. And I really
Dude, when
don't
they
think that
showed
Kristen would say that.
no, when they showed that clip of Janet spinning that to say like really victimizing herself, even though she was like stirring shit the whole season, and then like when it comes to her, she's like, I'm pregnant and they didn't want me to like have a healthy baby and they wanted me to have a miscarriage. It's like nobody said
She's
that.
another one teetering on like
No,
something's
Nikki,
not fully
she
right
is
there.
another like Kristen is crazy Kristen, like whatever, we all know that. She can't help herself, but Janet is
She's
a
like
different type of
mean.
crazy. She's like mean and she will like talk shit about everybody behind their
She's
back.
super
And then if somebody
cutthroat.
brings it up, yes, Nikki, that's a perfect word. She's cutthroat. And then if somebody brings it up, it's like they're almost afraid to go against Janet because then it's
She
like
has all their
she probably
secrets.
has all their
And
secrets.
that's the thing of the
So it's like
difference between
nobody's,
her and Kristen. Sorry, I'm like talking over
yeah,
you, but I'm very passionate right now. Is
yeah,
like Kristen, oh my God, I just lost my thought. No,
Nikki.
no, I got it. Kristen.
People don't tell Kristen their secrets because they know she'll
But
tell
even if
everybody.
Kristen does know a secret, like she knew the secret allegedly that Michelle had a husband for a year. She bit her
Yeah, a
tongue. Oh, a
boyfriend.
boyfriend for a year.
Yeah.
She bit her tongue for so long. Like she really held
Yeah.
that in until she was so pissed at Jesse and Michelle that she let it out. Like
Yeah.
Janet would cut you so deep, so quick with that information.
So
Like
true.
she's
But
has a
when
different level of like, rare.
she's
Yeah.
scary. Did you know that Janet met her husband because he used to date Sheena
Oh
and she was friends with Sheena?
no.
This must have been like
Yeah.
10 years ago, like pre-Shay or in between
Did
Shay
he
or
work at
something like
SUR or
that. But
something?
that's a good
I could see
question.
it.
I'm so confused by her husband and their relationship and their dynamic because he, on the surface, seems like very
Yeah.
level-headed and like
Normal. Yeah.
normal, I want to say. But it's like, are you? Like, because Janet is crazy and I feel like she's always complaining and like venting to him and like talking shit. And he just like doesn't care. Do you think he's just like ignoring her, blocking it out? And he's like pretending like this side of her doesn't exist?
You know who she kind of reminds me of? She kind of reminds you of Whitney from Mormon Wives.
Oh, God. And I can't
But
stand
her
Whitney.
husband is also crazy. Like, he loves the drama.
He is
like,
crazy.
What's
Loves the drama.
Janet's husband's name?
Jason.
Yeah, like you said, he just seems so normal. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think he's just like
All right. Yeah.
blinders on. Yeah, whatever. Like, she's hot. I don't know. It's so weird. But I love when like production gets like shady. And I took this as shade when Kristen was complaining about the apology that Janet was giving her when Janet was basically, she's like, okay, I'm sorry I said that, but Zach like got me really upset and grew
I didn't think Janet's apology was bad. I thought I thought you should have
that's what I was
accepted
gonna
it.
say.
Like,
Me too. I was like, okay, Kristen. So Janet gave like a pretty good apology. Like she was saying, I'm sorry I said that about you. I'm still upset with Zach, blah,
right,
blah,
and she's
blah.
just
And then,
explaining why it got there for her.
yeah,
She's saying that she was wrong and that she's sorry, but that's why. Like,
exactly. So then Kristen in her confessionals is like, Janet's giving me this like half-ass apology, like she's not taking any accountability. She's saying, I'm sorry, but, and then production flashes back to all of last year when Kristen was like, everyone
well,
was
that's
like getting mad at her and she's saying, I'm sorry, but, and Luke is like,
yes.
you just have to take accountability. You can't say I'm sorry, but I was dying. I was like,
But it's
yes, like Kristen, you are being
all
so delusional right
hypocrisy.
now. I know, but that's also Kristen not accepting that apology is almost like it's like the reality TV star in her, where she's like, I'm not going to let this die. I'm going to
No.
drag this feud out for the whole season because this is a
She knew that
storyline.
she was going into that party. She was going to see Janet.
Yeah.
She was going to have a conversation, and that she wasn't going to accept the apology. Like, she went in there knowing
Because
it.
she was setting it up so hard, like when she kept bringing up like her friend that ran into her Pilates. I'm like, oh, God, again, Kristen?
A funny part of the episode was the freaking clips of Danny with Santa Clarita. Santa Clarita. What about Santa Clarita? Like, I
And then Nia's like,
was like the way he says it, his voice was just
I know.
so funny. Santa Clarita. I'm like,
I
okay.
know, so funny. You think that like Nia is normal, but then when she's at that, when her and Danny are at lunch, and she's talking about how she wants a fourth kid so bad, and that she would have gotten pregnant months ago, and then he's saying that like, I think he was basically alluding that like her son and the twins share one room, like they live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Like, what are they gonna do with the fourth
Hello?
kid? And she was like, doesn't
Did you see
care.
the strollers lined up in their hallway? Like she had to squeeze
Even when
through her hallway. They are. He says it. We're
flash,
busting at
like-
the seams. Like you are. You have to.
They flashed like their apartment complex, and I was like, that's where
And if
they
Santa
live.
Clarita
Like,
is what Danny can afford, like to Santa Clarita you go.
Nikki, I couldn't believe that from last season to now they haven't moved.
Because he
I
has
was like,
money,
there's
I'm
so much
sure.
apart. Their twins were the baby and young
Yeah.
Sheldon,
Like Brittany and Jax.
and he's like a voice
Brittany and
actor.
Jax's house is beautiful. Why can't they live in something like that? Like
Well, they bought that a long time
Oh,
ago.
like with the price of
house
money, yeah.
prices, and with also like mortgage
Yeah,
rates,
yeah.
like it's probably absolutely
Yeah.
insane. Okay, get a condo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, Danny wants a yard. I get it. That's what you can't get right now. You have to compromise. But also, like, she's gonna have 4 kids in that
yeah,
apartment.
that's not reasonable. Like he has talking her like hello here on Earth. Like
Well, he caved because we know she's
Yes. I wonder
pregnant,
if they
and
moved.
she looks like, I
Yeah.
hope so. That
Yeah.
has to be like an update because there's no way. Like, but I'm sure in her mind she's like, okay, we get pregnant, we have 9 months to figure out where we're gonna move. Which like I could see when she was saying how like
100%.
you don't understand, like I'm on a timeline, like my body is already in a place where I'm not happy with it. Like, let's just do one more. Like, I have this conversation with
No, it's
Andrew
real.
like once a week where I'm like, okay, Ty is 8 months, which is like young to like get pregnant again, but I'm like, I have to have another
But you
C-section.
know you
I
want
kind of want to
another
like,
one anyway. So it's like, yeah,
yeah,
wouldn't you rather it be hard for a little bit and then like be done? But
yeah, and then like get to where I want to be and then start
yeah,
all over
that's
again.
also
Oof,
it's
man.
hard either way, really.
It's hard either way. Yeah, I know. It's such a struggle, but I was like, damn.
I
Okay,
I
so I do
understood that,
feel her
yeah.
because I am also a little crazy like that, where I'm like, yeah, we live in an apartment. Like, would it be ideal to have another baby in here? No. Can we make
Did
it
she say
work?
she had
Sure.
C-sections? Or did she not
I
say?
don't. Do you have if you have twins? Like, do you have to
You
have a
don't have
C-section?
to.
I could picture her not having one, like doing it everything at all costs not to have one because like it's not,
I just sometimes
ideal.
I really like Nia. That's her name, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But sometimes I'm like, okay, like the pageantry, like answers have
yeah.
to go. Like when she was eating lunch with Zach and Kristen, I could see her being a little more real, like with her friends. But like sometimes when she's with Danny, you could tell that she just wants to fucking kick him under the table. And she just has to like smile and like give him the look of like, stop now. Like,
Yeah, she
yeah,
gives the look a lot because she wants them to be
yes.
portrayed a certain way
And
on
that's
TV.
like obvious to me that I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
me too. But I'm okay with
I'm
it.
okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Jesse and Michelle. First of all, when Jesse was apologizing to Kristen, I was like, wow, okay, Jesse, like maybe
Okay.
maybe there's a little hope for
There
you.
is.
Did you not feel
I
that way?
did. The clapping was a little excessive. Like, we don't need to be giving him a round of applause, Kristen, because he apologized for being a monster. Like, and that's just, again, Kristen's ego because everybody on the
I
show
know.
is an
He
egomaniac.
was
It's just
crying.
like, oh, he apologized to me. Well, then I love him.
Nikki, she was crying because he apologized. I was like,
Very
what?
bizarre.
She's really crying. I was like, that is so freaking
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
You
okay.
know what, Jesse? I'm like,
I'm Team
that's a little much.
Jesse. Yeah,
If you ask me right
I
now, I'm like,
know.
you hated him 4 minutes ago.
I know. But in Jesse's defense, not against Kristen, but in his overall like relationship with Michelle, she's just
Oh,
as bad
yes.
as him. Like she is like playing dirty. Like she's mean, like vindictive. So is
He
he.
likes to get a rise
Him,
out of her though. Like when they were having the discussion about Isabella going to school, like he knows what'll push her buttons and he does it and she lets him. But they are so
I know she
fresh
let.
out of it and like there is just
That's true.
so much hatred there like
Well, she obviously cheated on
with
him.
Aaron.
Like
That's what
we're
I
just like
believe.
not saying that out
Yes.
loud. 100% when she said like first of all, when she said she met him years ago and she used to run into
That's
him.
exactly what I said to John. I was like, "Oh, so you were going on
Okay,
dates with him?"
yeah, because you're not with your husband running
Right.
into him. It's like hiking, going to these coffee shops by
How
yourself all the
ironic.
time. I know, so weird. So I do see where Jesse is like wants to dig at her because it's like now you're parading around this man that you had an
Right.
affair with for a year behind my back, and I just have to like accept. And he's also telling Jesse like how to
Oh my
parent
God, Brie.
his
The
daughter.
fact that Jesse didn't deck him in the face right then and there
Yeah,
or like snap, like, bro, know your place.
yeah, that
You
was
don't
hard.
speak
That
on
was
somebody
really
else's
hard.
kids.
Oh, but Michelle
Oh,
loved
of
it.
course she did.
Oof, man,
But
they're gonna
yeah.
get it's gonna
And I
get dark
wonder
there for
because he
them.
said that if Jesse said if he finds out that Aaron is the boyfriend for a year that Kristen was alleging Michelle had, that he
Oh
will
yeah,
freak out. I wonder if we find that out.
it obviously was. It
I
has to
believe it
be. Like,
was.
there's
I
no
believe it
way.
was, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way. So it's gonna be a roller coaster for them. I'm trying to see like what else. I feel like anything else with
No,
the Valley.
that's all I had.
Those were like the big hitters.
I know you said offline we kind of talked about the after show and you were like loving it, like it's an extended
Because
podcast.
I just love listening to anything, anybody dissect like anything that I'm
To
interested
me
in.
though, it wasn't dissecting. It was them just saying the same things over again, like basically just recapping the episode that we just watched. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna like go clean the house now. Like I
It was like 40
am
I
like
didn't finish it because after you said that, I was like, yeah, she's right. Why am I watching this?
because they're all narcissists and their opinions don't
Yeah.
change.
Well, and it's like now we have Sheena, now we have
Right.
Lala, now we have Brock. I was like, Brock, what
And
the
I
fuck
don't
are you
need to
doing
hear
here?
Jax defending himself for another minute. I really don't.
I know. And just the look on like Tom's face while he's defending himself, where you can tell Tom's like,
Yeah,
Jax,
shut
just
the
like,
fuck
shut up,
up.
dude. Shut up.
You and Tom Sandoval are my best friends, and you're really not making me look good right now.
I know. Yeah, it was bad.
My hot take that I told you about was about Lala in the after show, which was so weird that Lala, Sheena, and Brock were there because they weren't in the episode at all, and I'm assuming they're going to be in
I
this season.
know.
But Lala was actually scaring me. I was frightened. I thought that she looked like a Tim Burton character. Like, first of all,
Like her
she,
makeup.
yeah, her makeup, and like, she didn't speak. She was just like this. I was like, is she okay? Like,
Oh
did
my
she say a
God,
word?
that's so funny. No, well, she like, she does her thing where she like points her finger and she like says a
Yeah.
thought, you know?
Like, it was very much giving Tim Burton to me, and
That is so
again,
funny.
love
I don't
Lala.
think Lala would be offended by
She's
that.
one of our all-time faves.
No shade towards
And she
Lala, but
normally
also
kills
like,
it.
but I was gonna say the cast is so big without Lala, Sheena, Brock, who
We don't
it's
need
like,
them.
why? We don't
They
need
need the
them. Tom
paycheck, which
Schwartz.
is probably why they were
So
like,
they must have a big ass
it's
budget.
so
And
dumb.
also like they have Jasmine on the
Right.
cast who like they show for 1 second every episode. Zach,
Zach,
like
yeah.
all these like secondary players, it's like how much is everyone getting paid? Are they just doing it for the love of the
Yeah.
game?
Even if we just had the couples, like, that would be sufficient for me. Like, I don't need Sheena to come in.
No, I really don't. And we love you,
Yeah.
Sheena.
Nothing against Sheena, Lala, or Brock, but it's just like,
But we're good.
you are separate from
We're good.
this. Like,
Yeah,
just because
separate.
Kristen and
Separate
Jax are
worlds.
there, like, they are so far removed from Vanderpump for me. Like, it's not the same.
Agreed. It's not the
Yeah.
same at all. Okay, let's move on to Summer
Let's
House.
do it.
What a pleasure.
What a
What a
pleasure.
pleasure. I love this crew. Well, I don't love Jesse, but
I told you.
let's start
I
with
told
Jesse.
you. His videos are so wild.
They're so cringy.
He just posted a TikTok. Did I send it to you about him? That make me
Oh yeah,
crazy. That make me crazy. And it was like point of view. You sucked a toe, or you got your toe sucked. I'm like, what? Like is going on? And the comments were just like, I didn't ask for
Ripping
this.
him.
Like, enough.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like we're over the toe now. Thank you. I know. Let's start with Jesse and Lexi. When they're fighting
Behind the
like
car.
they pull up from the club, they're fighting behind the car, and he's like picking a fight with her because Wes was blackout drunk, flirting with her or just being sloppy. And then when they get back into bed and Jesse's like still fighting, but he keeps saying like, I don't want to fight with you. And Lexi's like, I'm
Yeah.
not like fighting. Lexi like wasn't even upset. She's like not getting defensive. Like she's just like, I'm not fighting
Right.
with you.
And I did nothing wrong.
And then he's like,
But this is like
yeah, and I did nothing
another
wrong.
guy who's a gaslighter.
I know.
Like, who it's like,
Gaslighter.
he's pulling the Jackson Brittany, like, oh, Brittany hooked up with my friend. So now I can use that against her. It's like, oh, she touched West and I touched Ciara. So it's like the same thing. Why? How can you be mad at
He
me?
basically said that. He basically said that in his confessional.
Yes.
He was like, "Oh, I was
Oh, yeah.
happy when her and Wes are flirting because now we can just
But
all
that's
flirt."
also not at all what he said. In his, okay, so he says to, Jesse says to Lexi, you did the same thing that I did with Ciara. And then in his confessional, he's like, no, I meant like, you're flourishing. I love that because I'm the same way. And I'm like, bro,
I'm happy to see you having
we just
fun.
watched you twice say
Yeah.
that you didn't like it. And now you're saying that you
I
love
know.
it so much. Like,
No, and then when he tells her he loves her, and the next day she's like, "You said I love you," and he was like, "Well, you were like begging me to say it," and she was like, "No, I wasn't."
I feel so bad for her. Like,
But you know what, Nikki? I think she's getting the ick.
oh
Like
yeah.
I could see a shift in her this episode where she's like really like
Mm-hmm.
not that into him anymore, and now she has to like trying to backpedal her way out of
Yeah.
this. Like I think she's over his bullshit. Like please, Lexi, I
And
hope
it
you are,
just
but I think she is
really
getting it.
sucks for her because this is her first season in the house. And like, had
I
she
know.
not hooked, I don't know what will happen next season, if she'll be back or not, but like,
I
I
hope
feel
so.
like she would have had a much better summer, obviously, had she not. Like, she would have gotten in better with the girls.
And she would have been like the sexy single,
Yeah.
like having a blast, like partying in the Hamptons. And now she has this like dark
Yeah.
cloud, like over her, like this guy that's like causing all these problems for her in the
He is
house. Like it's
just
so
awful.
annoying.
He's treating her awful, kind of to
Yeah.
her face now, too. Like, why are you,
Yes.
again, gaslighting her into the, yeah, you asked me to tell you that I loved you. Like, he said it after 11 days.
I know. And the way that he's treating Lexi is 1,000 times worse than what Wes did to Ciara. Like Wes wasn't like treating her poorly and like gaslighting her at least on camera. It seemed like he led her on and like slept with her and then said he didn't want to
Right.
be with her, which is we're not condoning that. But what Jesse's doing is so crazy, so manipulative, and so like he seems like a different
Yeah.
person than last year. I'm like, who is this freaking? And I think it's like he's high on the
Yeah, I
fame.
also just saw an interview with him, and he said that he's actually getting more like love this season in the DMs. Like, somebody was asking him like, "Oh,
Mhm.
how's it going like with the ladies?" And he was like, I've like never had a problem, but I will say like this season is like better even than last season." I'm like, really?
No,
Like, I don't
no.
think that could be.
Oh my God. Well, those are not the kind of women that you want to be with, Jesse. That are like impressed by this,
Yeah.
by your actions
Yeah.
this season, or that are into your behavior. Like, not at
But you know
all.
what?
Um,
Lexi, like we said last time, is going to be so vindicated. Like,
yeah,
she is coming out on top,
for sure.
and like she doesn't look dumb, actually. Like,
No,
he is making her look dumb in the present moment, but like now he looks so dumb
yeah.
himself.
It's all coming up,
Yeah.
Lexi. Like, good for Lexi, for sure. Lindsay's birthday. Well, one, when they flashed to that moment that Carl said that she went up to
Yeah.
him in the
That was
club and
nice.
was
I'm
like, "I'm
happy
really
that she
sweet."
did that.
Nikki, I started
Yeah.
crying. So happy she
Yeah.
did that. Like, so sweet. Like, she recognizes like what that day means to him and that he needed to hear that. I was loving Carl this episode. Like, I actually felt bad for like talking so much shit about him at the beginning of the season. I thought he was being so
I
funny.
think
Like,
he's getting his mojo back a little bit. Like, and we even saw he had
for
sex with
sure.
somebody. Like, he's just so funny with Sierra. Like, I love their
He
relationship.
is. When Ciara was, so Emerald like brings another girl back. Paige like hears them going at it. And when Ciara was like roasting him the next day by the
With her
pool,
little underboobs
you
hanging
could tell
out.
he
Oh
was
yeah.
scared with her underboobs. He was like shitting
Yeah.
his pants. Like I think he felt in that moment like, wow, okay, everybody feels this way. Like I am. Like he needed
Yeah.
that, and I'm so glad she gave. And it seemed like he accepted it, and I hope we
100%.
see like a different side to him. But when when Ciara left, or I don't know if she was still there, but Emerald was like, "Oh, like, do you guys feel this way?" And Carl was like, "Well, we've never had like this
Yeah, right.
frequency of visitors before."
And he's like, I was trying to be mindful. Like, he thinks that by bringing home one girl instead of two, like, he's being
Oh my
mindful.
God. I was cracking
And then when
up.
Jesse,
Like,
for the one time in my life I've ever agreed with Jesse, and he's like, like, you could do an away game sometimes. Like, 100%.
that was funny. Yeah, like, go to their house. I don't know. Check out their share
Right.
house. See what it's like. That was
So
so
funny and
funny.
so true. But Lindsay's birthday
Oh
was
my
so
God.
sweet. Amanda is such a little gem. Like, cooking,
Such a gem.
waking up, setting the table. And when she was
All by
even with the
herself.
girls, like at night, and she was like, "Did you wish Lindsay a
Yeah,
happy birthday?" And they were like, "No, it wasn't 12 yet." And she's like, "Well, it is now." Like,
I know. And they
yeah, that
FaceTimed
she
her,
was
like,
like, Sierra and Paige wouldn't have done that. Like, Amanda's just so
no.
sweet and thoughtful. Like, that was
She is so
really
sweet,
nice.
so thoughtful. I actually like loved how in the past, like if Kyle didn't come home, like she really would have had a breakdown. But you could see, like, she's either in such a much better place, like mental health wise, that it just like rolled off her back, or she's just like has accepted Kyle and she just like doesn't give a fuck. Like, she knows he's not like doing anything too crazy like behind her back, but so she's just like accepted that this is going to happen like over the summer sometimes and not let it ruin
Right.
her time. When she just like put her finger in his mouth while he was sleeping and just like walked
And she
away,
was just
I
like,
was like,
I think it's a little bit of both. Yeah. Like, I think this
yeah, she
is,
was like, silence is better than saying
and he
anything.
knows.
This
Yeah.
is so true.
He was like, oh, God.
He was like, "What time's bro?"
He should have got up to like offer to help her. That would have been nice.
Nobody helped her, which is a little
Nobody.
crazy. When Paige and Ciara didn't get, well, they were having
Yeah.
their own moment, but when they didn't get out of bed to go help Amanda, I was like, wait, no one's gonna
I know,
help
but in
her?
Paige's defense, and we can
Yeah,
get to that next, is Paige was really
yeah,
going through it this episode. She
really
from
going through it.
like a continuation of last episode where she had the conversation with Ciara about Craig and like not knowing if he was her person and just like how Craig is making her feel, and she
Yeah,
had major anxiety about how Craig was going to react to that, which is
yeah,
so sad to have to feel that way.
I know. But imagine if like conversations that like you have with somebody about your partner that you are like being super
Yeah.
vulnerable, then you have to then realize that the whole world is going to see, including them. It's like, oh my,
Yeah, like I was just talking to
I
my
would feel the
girl.
same way. Yeah, and now like the whole world plus them are gonna see, and who knows like where we're gonna be
Right,
at.
and everybody spins everything, and like she was really one of the things she was concerned about is kind of being the bad guy, like looking like she
Yeah,
is broke his heart and chose
hmm
her career over him, which is fine. Like,
which is fine. Yeah. Well, she actually said in that like Glamour article that like it's tough to realize that like everyone's gonna judge you, but she's just like come to the place where like she's accepted that she's gonna be misunderstood, and like who
right,
cares?
people are gonna hate you either way, but there's gonna be people that ride for you, and like look how well she's doing. She has plenty of fans. Like,
I
she's
know.
okay.
When she was crying that she was afraid to like basically end her relationship with Craig because she's afraid like so much of her success is tied to him. And then Ciara started
Yeah.
crying because she's like basic one, she said she feels Paige's anxiety, which is so relatable. Like I would feel yours and you would feel mine
Yeah.
100%. Like it just affects like your best friend. But to realize that like everybody thinks so highly of Paige, and for her to think that like it all stems from
Yeah.
Craig, like was like sad. It's like no, like nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Like, you're a
Like
bad bitch yourself,
yeah,
not on
we
Craig's.
care about you.
I wrote in my notes earlier in the episode because I've been trying to figure out, like, so this is all filming probably in like July right now. I don't think we've even made it to 4th of July. Did we?
It started at 4th of July,
Oh.
right?
Oh, yeah, I guess it did. Yeah, okay. So we're probably in like
I think
July. Oh,
so.
wait. When's Lindsay's birthday? August.
I think
Whatever.
they do just like July and
Whatever.
August.
So let's say it's August. Her tour was from September to December. And I was trying to figure out when she broke up with him. And in my notes in the beginning, I wrote, like, it's August right now. She's probably just trying to, like, ride it through. Like, she doesn't want this to affect her tour. So she's just going to, like, put blinders on, do what she has to do. And
Yeah,
then she ended up saying that in the episode. And I
I
was like,
know.
makes total sense.
Makes total
Because who
sense.
wants to be
She
dealing
was
with a
like,
breakup right at the start of your tour, in the middle of your tour, which I
I know.
guess is what ended up
Well, because
happening?
then like all media that is like going to be covering your tour, that's all people are going to
That's
want to
not
talk to you
fair.
about. People are
Yeah.
going to ask you. It's not fair. Like, I wonder. No, she obviously didn't have a conversation with Craig before. Like, just saying like I'm unhappy. She definitely just like pushed this to the side and
No,
was
she
like, I'll
did.
deal with you before she leaves for tour.
I want to say,
Like,
don't we?
kind of alluding to like not wanting to be together. Do you know what I
I feel
mean?
like we've been
She
seeing those
definitely didn't.
conversations a little bit.
Well, yeah, to Craig though, he's not like picking up
Right.
what
Like,
she's
not
putting
as
down. Yeah.
explicit as what she's saying to
Yeah.
Ciara. Yeah.
Like beating around the bush a little bit. Um, what was I gonna say? Check my notes.
I'm checking my notes as
Oh, when
well.
Paige, Ciara, and Amanda were at lunch pretending that their
Oh
animals
my God.
were their
I was
kids.
like, that to me is the most gorgeous lunch. Like
Oh yeah.
what I would do to be at lunch on a rooftop drinking a crisp
I know,
Diet
but then I feel
Coke
bad that like
with you and Sarah.
Lexi's not there.
No, like I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
thinking
of
about us.
course.
Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
three gal pals, the beautiful sun.
Having a
Yeah,
charcuterie board.
charcuterie board.
I know. A charcuterie board.
It was,
Oh my God, I
oh my
would
God,
give
but that was
anything.
so funny. I had to pick Jasper up at the bus, and I love Ciara.
Daphne's
So
teething. I
funny.
love Ciara. She was being so also so funny
She
this episode, but
was.
when they were at Jesse's, when they were at the like American
Yes.
Cancer like
Yes.
lunch that Jesse was doing, and Ciara reacted to Jesse saying, "Don't touch him." I feel like that was almost like she forgot the cameras were there, and that was like the
Yeah.
realest Ciara like we've ever seen. Not that she's ever fake, but I was like, "Oh, that's Ciara." Like the way that she was behaving and acting towards him, and like her reaction, and then she's saying like at that lunch, like, you know how I get, like, you want to say that to me, like, I will never speak to
Well,
you
in the
again or
because we've
whatever.
seen that clip in the previews, and I thought she was talking about Lexi, and I'm so happy that she's talking about Jesse
Yeah,
because, like, I'm
of
like,
course.
don't do girl on girl fighting over this douchebag.
No.
But
I don't think she would do that because she knows it's Jesse, but just no one's like calling him out,
I
which is
think they were
weird.
just at Coachella together, so I guess they're fine.
Yeah. Well, she's like Jesse over. Well, like the clip that you saw of Lexi when she was saying that, like, those are the only two people that didn't come
Yeah,
to her birthday. Just
making a
crazy.
statement. I
But
don't. What? So, what do you think about Lexi coming back next year?
no, need her to
You
come
think she
back.
will?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, also in that Glamour article, it was kind of like up in the air if like Paige is going to come
Really?
back. Like she was kind of alluding to like she feels like
That would be.
she doesn't party, she doesn't drink, like her vibe is not like what Summer House is
Right.
about. And like, does it really make sense for her to be there? Like, she didn't say she's not coming back, but I wouldn't be surprised if she
Well,
wasn't there. And also, like, she's fucking
yeah.
busy.
We see her like
It's not serving her
she
anymore.
well, I wonder now that she's single,
Single.
like if she will be a little more open to going out and like
Yeah.
having fun
But
at the
I honestly think
parties.
she's
Yeah.
busy that like she doesn't have like
Yeah,
weekends
it's not like she needs, and she doesn't need the
available.
summer house paycheck right now. So,
Yeah. And she doesn't need like the Hamptons
yeah.
guys. Like she's gonna find somebody
Is she
somewhere
dating right
else, you
now?
know. We haven't seen anything of her and that
Guy in a while.
guy for a while. I think she was just like having fun. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently he's like a billionaire or his dad's a billionaire or something. That guy was like
Well,
super
that works
rich.
for her.
She was just having a
Yeah.
good time.
I was laughing because when Lindsay was like, "Oh, Turner's like really fancy, so I'm sure he'll take me out to a nice restaurant." And like, it really like doesn't matter like what he does for me on my birthday, but like my birthday is a big deal. I was like, "Oh, that's Brie.
Yeah.
Simpatico with
I was gonna
Lindsay."
say, like, when she said, like, not to say I judge a guy on how they treat my birthday, but like I judge a guy on how they treat my birthday. I was like, Lindsay, I've never
Seriously.
related to you more in this moment. And when they flash back to Stravi, that guy
Fish
she
and
was dating
chips.
with the how many sandwiches have you
Yeah.
made for me? Yeah, and he made her like fish and chips and like a picnic table in their backyard, and she was like, "Oh, thanks, fish and
But
chips."
wasn't it during COVID? Like, what else could he have done?
I actually feel like I remember watching that episode where I felt like he really
He did the
like
best he could.
went
Yeah.
above and beyond. Like he did the best he could, and of course, though she just like hated
Yeah.
him. You know? Oh my God, I was cracking up. I just when Paige said at the beginning she wants Lindsay to be pregnant forever. Like I feel that way. I love pregnant Lindsay. She's so funny. She's just like nothing
Yeah.
bothers her. She's so unbothered, and she is the definition of like pregnancy glow. Like in this season, every time I'm like, oh my God, she looks so
She looks
beautiful, so
happy.
happy.
She just looks
Like,
like at peace and happy.
Nikki, I was shocked that she said that she was turning 38. I was like, what? What?
She looks amazing.
38? I just like, I mean, not that we're that far from that, but I just like didn't think that she was.
I like kind of knew she was like around there.
Oh my God, I was like, wow.
She's
And
going to be
I
any younger
saw,
than 35. She's not our age.
well, yeah. I thought she was like our age.
Wow.
I know, but I saw something that I guess the whole show started like around Kyle, and Kyle is the one that suggested Lindsay like be on Summer House.
Genius.
Like the first person that he thought of was Lindsay because he was like, this girl's made
She
for
is.
TV. Because remember, she was dating his like
Everett.
then best friend,
Yeah.
Everett. I know. I was like, wow, thank you, Kyle. Even though it's like the one good thing you've done for us, and Amanda.
Thank God. Well, and then with Amanda comes everybody else. So thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, that's the one time you'll hear it from
Yeah,
us.
one and
We
only.
appreciate you. Should we do our not mad about it, or do you have?
Oh my God. Yeah, I have to think about mine for a second. All right, so we're not mad about it.
Okay. Okay, yes. We're not mad about it. We, every week, just like the namesake of our podcast, we say something we're not mad about. One thing I'm not mad about this week is I finally made that viral like Snickers date bar chocolate that you sent me
Brie.
that video to. Nikki, we made it last weekend and the weekend before. Andrew and I are seriously like
No.
I learned from my mistakes the first one, made it again. Andrew and I were like, this is the best. This is better
Okay,
than a
what do you do?
Snickers. Okay, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, you take
So
dates,
good.
like pitted dates or whatever, and just like spread them out, like open them up so they're flat, and then you rub peanut butter on top of it, and then we
The way
like
you just
crushed up
said that was
cashews,
so
put that
gross.
on
Like you
top.
rub it on like with your hand.
You like slather on that peanut butter,
You just like dig your hand like that.
like rub it all over there, and then we
Gross.
put crushed cashews on top, and poured dark chocolate all over it, and popped it in the freezer. Oh my God! It is like okay, so dates I feel like are kind of controversial because they do have a lot of sugar in them, but they don't spike your
Insulin.
like glucose, your insulin like as much or at all. So in terms of like sugar replacements, date is one of the best because it's like a superfood, so it has a lot of like it's like very like vitamin and nutrient rich, and although it is high in sugar, the way your body processes it, it doesn't like affect you as just like eating a tablespoon of like sugar
And
would.
it's so good. And don't be scared by dates. Like they look kind of like gross and pruny. They don't taste weird. Like you don't even taste
taste
them. You
sweet.
taste the peanut butter and the chocolate. And it's like a
Wow. So
caramelly,
good.
like, oh my God, when you get like a really juicy, sticky one.
No, seriously, incredible.
So
And we
good.
like had like a little piece like every night. I was like, wow, like I need to make
Sometimes
those
I'll
again, like every
sprinkle
week.
some like almond not almonds, coconut on top, a little bit of sea
Such a good
salt.
idea.
So
Oof. I love coconut. I put like coconut oil when I melt the
yeah.
chocolate, but I should do coconut on top because I love coconut.
Leo
Wow. So if anybody hasn't made that, you have to make
Leo, my
these things.
3-year-old, also can get down with some of those. Like my 3-year-old's like
I mean, there's like it's a dessert and a
such a little
snack,
sweet treat. And I don't feel bad
but it
about
was
it.
hard like and not
Not
mad
mad
about
about
it,
it, not bad about it.
but it was hard to not eat it like every day, like during the day. Like I would really have to tell myself like, okay, I'm saving this for tonight. And then we got down to the last like basically portions like for me and Andrew. Andrew gets home from work, we eat dinner, and I'm like, yes, we have like our date chocolate. He's like, I'm gonna go to bed. Let's save it for tomorrow. Nikki, I was like, Andrew, they might not be here tomorrow. I have been waiting all
Yeah, that's not right.
day to eat this chocolate. Like, he's like, no, let's just save it for tomorrow. It'll be better. We'll watch our show. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try so hard. And I did. I saved it, and like, it was worth it because we had like a great time. But it was so difficult, and I was so disappointed. Like in that moment, really was upset
Literally
about it.
dreaming about it. Like, my dates.
It's so freaking good. So yeah, that's what I'm not mad about. Everybody should make it this weekend. Just go on Instagram. You'll find a reel.
Done. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
That was actually going to be my not mad about it a few weeks ago, and I didn't just because
Oh,
I had something else come up, believe it or not.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go into my not mad about it. Mine is also food related because,
We
we
are
are
who
on
we are.
brand. I am
Yeah.
not mad about kind of in relation to the weather. That beautiful sound of the ice cream man coming back. My kids are so happy. I'm so happy. I can get so down with a soft serve, a swirl,
Oh my
which my
God.
kids call a swirl,
Nikki, that's the best part about
rainbow
Long Island.
sprinkles.
Like that's not
You don't
everywhere.
have that in Rhode Island?
No, Mr. Softy. I honestly think that's like sound off in the comments. Is Mr. Softy like a
universal.
Long Island exclusive? They don't have it here. They have
Do you
like
have an ice cream?
red dye, blue dye,
Oh my God.
300 like SpongeBob ice cream. That's what we have over here
In the truck?
in the truck.
No
We don't
soft
have
serve.
like Mr. Softy.
That's
No soft serve.
wild. Leo loves a
And
bomb pop.
it's like a van, Nikki.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's like real
Well, you know
sketch.
what? You should talk to Andrew. You could bring that
To
to,
get a
Rhode Island. That's a great opportunity.
That is, well, you know what? They have a lot of creameries here. Like Rhode Island has a lot, like even just in our neighborhood, there's so many places that you can go to get homemade ice cream, and they also have soft serve, so they have their own like niche.
Uh, I don't think so.
Wait, Nikki, when I was growing up, this wouldn't surprise you, but I had a tab with the
I
ice cream
believe it.
in.
I want to say John did too.
Yes, well, we were
Yeah.
neighbors, so I think we both like just had a tab, and like me and the Englins, we were always just like, honestly, they probably told me
Who
about
paid
it.
it? Did you ever pay it?
No, I
Oh
never
my
paid it.
God.
His name was Joe. It was like a really old man.
Oh
Never
my
paid
God, I
it.
can't wait to ask John.
I think like Sarah must have told me that they had a tab, and I was like, "That's an
Put it on their
incredible idea."
tab.
I live with
Yeah.
them anyway. Just throw it on the
Donnie will
Anglin
take care
tab.
of it. It's
Yeah,
so
Donnie will take
funny,
care of
but
it.
I'm
Maybe he did.
so excited that it's back. And my ice cream man comes at really inconvenient times. It's like right when we're eating dinner. It's so annoying. But my kids do like to even
It's
just wave at
intentional.
him, and the man is like looking into our window, like because he knows that they're there
They're
waiting.
eating dinner. Wait, what do they get?
I have come up with the rule that you have to get soft serve. So, like, I really don't like all the dyes and like crap that's in the other one. Leo loves a bomb pop.
Totally.
If he had his choice, he would have a bomb pop. And these bomb pops are about a foot long. Like, they're
Oh
crazy.
God.
That's his go-to. But he'll do a swirl with rainbow sprinkles, and Colin likes a blue Merlin. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's whatever soft
Like a
serve you
dip?
like, dipped in like the blue raspberry, but only the
Ooh.
top is blue raspberry, and then the bottom is all sprinkles. And they have it with cherry dip too, and chocolate dip.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay, so like have to get
Yeah.
that when you come to New York next. Oh my God, that sounds
So
so
yours was
good.
like a little healthy treat, and mine was like a big fat fatty treat. So, however you want to treat
Balance.
yourself, guys, you just do
Yeah.
what you
You
want, and then
deserve
just
it.
make sure you're watching our show, or all the shows
Yeah,
that we like to watch.
exactly. On that note, we'll see you guys next Monday. If you like what you heard, we won't be mad if you send this podcast to a friend. Send any of our episodes, send this episode, tell them about Not Mad About It. Let's just like spread the word. Let's like keep it going. Like we love you guys so much.
Come to
Thank
our
you for all
TikTok.
the
We're
love and
popping off
support.
on TikTok. Comment on our
We are
TikTok.
popping up. Yeah. Check us out. We love you guys. We'll see you next
Love you
Monday.
guys. And before we go, though, when this episode drops, it'll be Bree's birthday. So make sure you come and send our girl some love.
Yeah, like just a couple
Yeah, but how
comments. No
beautiful
big
she
deal.
is. Glowing.
Worked on the double chin this week, so
Yeah.
that's new.
Love you
All right, love
guys.
you guys. Bye.